the first and the most superior assignment of prayer is growth and transformation. When you become born again, when we preach and you come here and you lift up your hands and accept Jesus as your Lord and your personal Savior, and yet no I matured spiritually. And was saying it develop into maturity. And one of the things a bit to me wow ama when you no I matured in God no a prayer. So auto empire if you throw away prayer, you can never mature spiritually. That is why there are a lot of people what sorry them be about 20 years and now 15 years and now 10 years, but the person behaves like an unbeliever. When the person gets angry, the person will behave like an unbeliever. There is no distinction between that person and an unbeliever. And the reason is that there is a constant customer now practice and what's ansana wa mature, which is prayer. And it's a one found one shampai bomwa a very difficult self who bet to me anyone whom no I say Jesus Christ. One commit yourself to prayer. Nima be womua, it can never die. When you read Daniel chapter 20, there was a time Nebuchadnezzar erected an image of gold in Babylon. Then he said that if you don't bow down to this image, I am going to burn you. Daniel was actually in a kingdom that didn't respect God. And that kingdom, it was very difficult for Daniel to live a holy life and to live for God. But why do you think that in the midst of this, right, 70 years, Daniel was able to maintain his holiness. He was able to maintain his piety. He was able to maintain the relationship he had with God. The reason why Daniel, in the midst of corrupt people, in the midst of people who are antagonistic towards God, the reason why he was able to maintain his conviction for God was the fact that Daniel was committed to prayer. He was a man that developed a consistent prayer life. The Bible indicated that Daniel prayed 3 times every day. Even though he was busy, but he realized that without developing a deep relationship with God through prayer, he would throw away his Christian conviction. A Christopher pen Bible. And because a Christopher pen Bible, they lack that tenacity to stand in the face of adversity and in the face of immorality. Because of that, a little pressure, they will compromise their conviction. Daniel was living in a very difficult era. Oma turning their backs on God. But Daniel stood tall for the Lord. The reason why this guy stood tall for the Lord was the fact that he was a man of prayer. So in our corrupt generation, in our morally bankrupt generation, so to me live a very solid spiritual Christian life. You must learn how to bow down your knees before the Lord.